It's time for the last qualifier before the main event. 24 teams are already on the list. We're gonna add 3 more tonight. Hi everybody, it's the Junkyard Joust. I'm Aaron Yonda. Here are the 5 teams: Prison Break, Nightmare Fuel, Soylent Green, Copperheads, and Hired Muscle. 4 returning teams and 1 new one. Let's head into the garage for a closer look. Up first, it is Hired Muscle. This season, returning with 5 new vehicles, 1 nicely sized truck, and 4 heavy cars. The Copperheads are revamped. They've got 5 new members. Some nice variety on this team. The Gallant is back with a brand new lineup for Soylent Green, sponsored by Buldamoosh. That's right, creature from the Black Lagoon is on Soylent Green. Here's a nice looking brand new team, Nightmare Fuel, sponsored by Chicken Rings Onion Wings. Prison Break also have a brand new lineup of colorful and agile cars. We've got a bit of a predicament out in the junkyard. Baby Cookie has climbed up onto a stack of cars. It does not look safe up there. The card very concerned, as well as the rest of the crew of the shuttle. Hopefully she'll be all right. Nothing we can do about it right now. It's time to joust. Starting us off in round 1, it's gonna be Prison Break with Draftnator, sponsored by Ellis Wurtenberger. Draftnator is gonna rocket into position. The running order is up, it's randomly determined. Teams get to decide which car they want to send down when it's their turn. Up next is gonna be Diesel Boy for Nightmare Fuel, sponsored by Jedi. Cars are eliminated when they are sideways or upside down. When the team has no cars left, they're out of the match. When there's just 3 teams left, the match is over. Up first for Soylent Green, it's the Rat Fink 59 Cadillac Ambulance, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. The Cadillac pulverizes Diesel Boy. Diesel Boy flipping upside down. Still on the track, still a chance of recovery, but it doesn't look good. A nice gentle overturn there. First up for the Copperheads, Purple Passion Woody, sponsored by Sloss Automotive Sachet and Buffet. And Diesel Boy gets a chance at redemption, but does not come through. Flips right back over again after landing on top of the ambulance. And that's gonna do it for that car. And now Draftnator also in trouble. 88 grams of muscle, the Retro Rig, sponsored by Beaks Busted Barn Finds. Retro Rig slams into the line. Draftnator gets tossed up in the air, makes a nice bouncing recovery. And now the Rat Fink is curbside in a little bit of trouble. High Roller, sponsored by Liz's Wizard Arts and Witchcrafts. High Roller gets somehow underneath the Retro Rig. Retro Rig is deeply in danger right here, almost turns sideways. And the Rat Fink ambulance almost gets off the track completely, can't quite manage it. Swoopy Doo for the Nightmare Fuel, sponsored by Judy Collins. Swoopy Doo, wow, what a hit right there. And High Roller gets high rolled all the way off the track, upside down. Nice recovery by the Retro Rig. High Roller takes down the Cadillac on the way out. Potential ramp car right here for Soylent Green, Swoop Coupe. Swoop Coupe scoops Swoopy Doo right off the track, and Swoopy Doo is upside down. No chance of a comeback from that position, and the potential ramp is in place. Evil Weevil drops down on top of Swoopy Doo as if to prevent him from recovering. Not exactly the most neutral of behavior. Semi-Psycho, sponsored by the Miskatonic Automotive Club. Semi-Psycho takes that ramp and hits the crates and does an amazing recovery off Swoopy Doo. Lands it nicely. Looks like that car's got some good balance. Here's a car I fully expect to not have good balance, the Mustang Boss 302 for Hired Muscle. The Mustang bosses the Swoop Coupe into an upside down position up in the safety area, taking full advantage of the splitter on the front of the car. This could be a really good car for taking down ramped vehicles if they make it into the main event. Swoop Coupe only getting 1 chance to use that ramp before it is blitzed. Electrac now for Prison Break, sponsored by Farty Marty. Electrac tries to take down the Boss Mustang, but look at that. Nice recovery by the Mustang, unexpected. Mustang gets off the track where it likes to be and messes up the other cars a little bit with its heavy weight, but it doesn't turn any of them upright, which is a good move. Nice recovery. Up now for the Nightmare-fueled Ford GT90, a little bit heavier than it looks. The Ford slams Electrac all the way down to the crates. For a second there, it looked like Swoop Coupe almost had a chance at recovery. Electrac does make a full recovery. The one, the only creature from the Black Lagoon, sponsored by Buldamoosh. If you've seen this car in action, you know what the deal is. That ramp is now in position, and this is a tough car to get off the track and out of the way. Get ready for some rampage. Copperheads might have a counter to that ramp. It's Zodic. Look at the low front on this. Sponsored by Sicken. Zodic pops into the back of Creature, does not take the ramp, but cannot remove that heavy car from the track, and goes off halfway. Too bad it didn't get all the way off to safety. Could be a problem for Zodic when it takes a hit from the 71 Dodge Challenger RT, sponsored by Tim the Bear Neal. And wow, I guess Zodic had nothing to fear from that Dodge. Maybe that thing's got a flat tire or something. I don't know what happened, but it just slows right down. It doesn't even take the jump. Maybe he put on the brakes. Didn't want to take the jump. That's a little cowardly, but it worked. For now, Warp Speeder, sponsored by Sean and Patrick Hogan. Warp Speeder forces the Dodge off the ramp, but it's not enough power to do much damage, and for now, he's safe. Warp Speeder's gonna be the next one to go off that ramp when it takes a hit from Rigstorm, sponsored by Chicken Rings Onion Wings. Rigstorm bangs into Warp Speeder. Warp Speeder gets flipped around and is probably out. Unfortunately, Rigstorm is also probably in trouble right now. A light semi, good balance, but can't quite keep from toppling right there and gets stuck, wedged in what's probably an eliminated position. The Dodge also gets toppled and eliminated, flat tires and all. The car that will never die, the Galant Eterna. The Galant flies off the ramp like a pro. His teammate, not a threat to him. He knows how to survive these kind of jumps. I think that's why the Galant recruited Creature from the Black Lagoon. He loves to take these jumps. Sure, it's risky, but it's a lot of fun. Let's see if this custom dragster has learned anything from Triple Threat, his predecessor, sponsored by Brendan Walsh. Custom dragster gets some height, smashes into the crates, flips over, and makes a wonderful recovery. Looks like he's got the same moxie as Triple Threat, and that was amazing. 69 Chevelle SS396, sponsored by Mark the Music Lover. The Chevelle takes the jump, and it's not as nice looking as the custom dragster. The Chevelle just flops over, goes off the track upside down, and in the process, rights the swoop coupe. That is not what you want to see happen. Hired Muscle got to be disappointed in that car right now. Loop Coupe, sponsored by Hendrika's Heavy Hauling. Loop Coupe hits that jump and makes a nice agile recovery off the crates. Couple of bounces, but manages to keep it upright. That's a good sign for Prison Break. Here's a car that fits the Nightmare Fuel theme well. The Inquisitor, sponsored by Chome. Inquisitor cannot get under Creature from the Black Lagoon, hits the crates, bounces back, makes a nice landing, and actually rams into Picard over in the wheelchair. Maybe Cookie's got the right idea being high up in that stack of cars. Here comes Roadster Bite for Soylent Green, sponsored by Price X Private Parts. Roadster Bite takes the jump, and that's the nice recovery you want to see. Soylent Green got some cars that can survive their own teammate, as Roadster Bite drives over by the fences, looking pretty confident. Chevy 1500 for the Copperhead, sponsored by Emo Dingo. The Chevy takes a rough hit at the front of the crates, gets tangled up by Electrac, spins around a bunch, can't quite pull off a recovery. Rough loss there for the Copperheads. Here comes a wide car, the 66 Pontiac GTO, sponsored by DYW Production Labs. Pontiac GTO takes the jump, but is just a little bit too lumbering and big to make any sort of agile recovery. Not a car that's good at taking these jumps, and that's going to be another elimination for Hired Muscle. 9 vehicles eliminated in this round. That's not too bad. That means there's a lot of surviving cars. Unfortunately, Rigstorm will not be among the survivors. A close call here, as you can see by the measurement, but Rigstorm is beyond the 45-degree angle and out. Taking a look at the aftermath, looks like Hired Muscle was hit the hardest in this round, along with Nightmare Fuel, who each lost 3 cars apiece. Prison Break lost 2, Copperheads lost 1, and Soylent Green is gold with no eliminations. I hear Cookie screaming over on the cars. I don't know why she's so excited. Oh no, Cookie's fallen off the towering line of cars. Will she survive? Well, yeah, of course she'll survive. She survived much worse driving down the track in the back of various vehicles. Swoop Coupe takes to the track first for Soylent Green, setting up that ramp. It's not quite as good of a ramp as Creatures, but it'll do. Purple Passion Woody's gonna hit it first. The Woody nearly avoids taking the ramp, slamming Swoop Coupe forward and almost goes off the edge, but manages to hang on for a second. Both of these cars are in big trouble right here. Draftnator's gonna take a shot at him. Draftnator boots the Woody off, and the Woody gets eliminated. Swoop Coupe nearly makes an escape. A quick shot and a dead stop from Draftnator. Here comes the Inquisitor. Inquisitor takes advantage of that undercutting capability, and Draftnator gets tossed. Also Evil Weevil, and they meet, turning each other upside down, and that's going to be it for Draftnator. Inquisitor's about to sustain a big hit from the Retro Rig. Retro Rig pile drives Inquisitor forward. Inquisitor tries vainly to make a recovery, but just can't make a landing. And that's going to be yet another elimination in this round. Speaking of eliminations, it's time for the Creature. Choosing a perfect moment to get behind this solid truck. Now that ramp is set up and it's going to be hard to get it out of there. But Copperheads are going to try their only solution, Zodic. Zodic can't do it this time, can't get under the ramp, stops from going off of it, but now Zodic is curbside. Electrac. Electrac tosses Zodic over into the increasingly large stack of cars over by the crates, and then vacates. Good job, doesn't even really take the ramp, just escapes the track. And now Copperheads don't have any ramp protection. Ford GT90 is going to take the plunge. The GT90 pops over the top of Retro Rig, hits the crates, bounces all over the place, and can't land it. That's a tough break for Nightmare Fuel. If there's not some sort of miracle recovery, they might be out of this match. Mustang Boss. And it's just a normal day for the Mustang, driving up the ramp and parking on the back of the Retro Rig. Look at that perfect landing. Just a little bit off center, but pretty darn good, and that's one way to survive Creature from the Black Lagoon. Gallant. The Gallant goes off of Creature, and this time, oh, it's just not possible to recover, and that is a tough loss right there, but Gallant knew what he was getting into when he brought Creature from the Black Lagoon on the team, and that was definitely going to happen at some point. Custom Dragster. The Dragster handles the jump a lot better than the Gallant. Eterno actually lands on the Gallant and sits there right side up. That's a survival. Copperheads needed that. Loop Coupe. A high jump there by the Loop Coupe. Looks like it made it all the way up to level 5. Splits around and lands on top of the Dragster. Pushes Dragster out of the way. Nice landing by the Loop Coupe there. That's got some agility, that car. And let's see if Roadster Bite can handle this jump a little better than Gallant. Roadster Bite can't do it. Lands right next to Gallant, hits the crates, and just bonks over upside down. Another elimination. Friendly fire there for Soylent Green. Both the Gallant and Roadster should have been able to survive this kind of a jump. Not a great showing by them. Semi-Psycho. Now that's how you do it. Semi-Psycho bounces off, goes in the crates, flips over, and lands it flawlessly. Actually knocks the Mustang off. Mustang might be in danger right now in that position. Semi-Psycho sticks the landing. That Mustang might be beyond 45 degrees if it stays there. Only car left in the round is the 59 Cadillac Ambulance. Can it survive the jump? And that's a big maybe. It goes over and looks like it's not going to recover, but then does, but then goes sideways almost off the Gallant. Wow, I don't know. That looks pretty close. Guessing we're going to have to get a measurement on that. That was the last car of the round. 7 for sure eliminations in that round. We're going to take 2 measurements right now on the Mustang and the Cadillac. It's kind of tough to tell from this angle, but they are saying the Mustang is at almost exactly 45 degrees, and it looks like the Cadillac is beyond 45 degrees. Thanks to the Evil Weevils, our officiating crew, for making those measurements. Prism Break is down to 2. Nightmare Fuel out of this match. Soylent down to 2. Copperheads and Hired Muscle also at 2. We've got a very even match. 4 teams still in this. The crew of the Enterprise don't exactly know what's going on with Baby Cookie right now.
Excuse me, Counselor. Is there something else you'd have to do?
Why do I think you're upset?
What happened?
Sounds like something's going on back there, but they are unable to reach her behind all those cars. We're cruising right into round 3. Soylent Green lost 3 in the last round. They're starting off with the Swoop Coupe. Swoop Coupe kind of their starter ramp for this team. I wonder if Creature from the Black Lagoon would go off the back of that. Maybe we'll find out. The first big test is going to be for the Retro Rig. Can it take this jump? Retro Rig chooses not to take the jump. Apparently low enough front bumper doesn't have to go off the back of that. And will Soylent Green regret not sending down Creature to start with and try to get rid of that Retro Rig? Electrac. Ooh, and some undercutting by Electrac. A fast move, almost gets completely under the truck, but then can't quite pull it off. And Retro Rig makes a nice recovery back down, locked into the track. That was close. Semi-Psycho. Semi-Psycho tries to finish the job that Electrac started, getting under Retro Rig, and it's poised. But I don't know if they're going to be able to lift that thing off the track more than they already have. We'll see if Creature's got enough impetus to make it happen. Creature pushes in and does manage to actually get the Retro Rig off the track, but not over enough to be eliminated. And now the ramp is set up. Can the Mustang boss handle that ramp with the splitter? And not this time. The Mustang boss goes right off the back of Creature, lands up on the safety area, makes a nice landing actually, and somehow survives and stays on the track. Both very unlike a Mustang. Loop Coupe. Loop Coupe takes the jump, another nice recovery. That's a great car and has great agility, keeping Prison Break in the game. Let's see if Custom Dragster can do it again. And the Dragster makes it look easy. Look at this jump, a landing, flips it over and just drives around like it was nothing. Impressive move by that Dragster. Liking what that car's got going on. It was the last car of the round. Taking a look at the aftermath, no eliminations. It's a testament to how good all these vehicles are that are competing right now. Well, what do you know? Cookie did manage to find her way out of the stack of cars, and it looks like she found something back there.
I got bit by a rat.
Maybe we'll find out what that is in a couple minutes. For now, it's on with the show. Round 4, we're going to increase the speeds of all the cars. Try to get some eliminations to happen, starting off with Prison Break and Electrac, and continuing with Retro Rig. Electrac's got to survive a big hit here. And Electrac does it with flying colors as usual. Nice job there. Electrac getting wrestled around a little bit by Evil Weevil, but they both survive. And Creature wanting to take advantage of the stability at the back of that truck to set up the ramp. And the ramp is set up, a little bounce back, but shouldn't be a big deal. Can the Dragster do it yet again? Oh, the Dragster's luck runs out. A huge hit, flat into the crates, lands upside down, and not enough impetus to get over. The Dragster is done. Copperheads could be in trouble. Loop Coupe. Wow, amazing. Even at these increased speeds, the Loop Coupe is looking dynamite, bouncing off the crates and flipping right over. Plenty of space out there. This car thrives in this environment. Don't know what to expect from the Mustang, but I guess we'll see what happens. The Mustang takes that jump, goes over the Dragster, and somehow makes a recovery after multiple tumbles. Wow, that thing has proven resilient. Surprised everybody. Swoop Coupe's now got to survive Creature from the Black Lagoon. And the Swoop Coupe is not an agile car and cannot survive that jump. Soylent Green had to know this was a possibility when they sent down Creature first. Semi-Psycho, last chance for Copperheads to stay in this match. Semi-Psycho makes a dramatic leap into the crates, a bounce, and never even flips over. Wow, that thing's got some serious stability. Final car of round 4. We got 2 eliminations and 4 teams still in this match, so we're gonna go for another round. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Prison Break and Hired Muscles still at 2. Soylent Green and Copperheads down to 1. Here we go straight into round 5, starting off with Electrac. I gotta say, I never really expected Hired Muscle to have such agility in this match. Electrac slotted in, especially not a Mustang, but this is the Mustang boss. Maybe that helps. The boss slams into Electrac, pushes it up to the front, and we got a nice line starting. Semi-Psycho, the car of amazing stability. Semi-Psycho hits the line. Now we got a 3-car line, although Electrac jostled a little bit, but manages to lock it back in. Here comes Creature, gonna set up that ramp. Creature slams into the line. Oh no, look at this! Electrac gets popped up on the Mustang, and it's the old over easy. Flips and cannot recover. Still a chance of recovery right there, I'd say. But man, rough loss there for Prison Break. Loop Coupe. And Loop Coop makes another spectacular bounce off the crates, flips all over the place, and lands it upright. Another flawless recovery from that car. Beautiful thing to watch. Retro Rig's gonna hit the ramp. Can this thing take a jump? And unbelievable, look at this. Into the crates, bounces back, pivots on Semi-Psycho, and then just drives off the top of that car. Unbelievable. That shows some serious stability right there for Retro Rig. I have no idea how that thing managed to stay upright after that jump. That's incredible. And so it looks like we're going to another round. Just one car lost on the round. It's going to be Electrek in that over easy. Prison Break down to 1, even with Soylent Green and Copperheads, and Hired Muscle still at 2. Round 6. Unbelievable. We're still going at increased speeds, and these vehicles have been surviving. Retro Rig going down first this time for Hired Muscle. And as usual, Creature going to set up that ramp. Barring any sort of weird situations that develop, I don't think Creature's going to get eliminated in this match. Soylent Green are probably locked in right now. I think it's Loop Coop and Semi-Psycho that got to survive this next run in order to move their teams on. And Loop Coop can't do it. The luck finally runs out. All the amazing maneuvers from that vehicle. And wow, just let us down in this clutch moment. Depending on what happens with Semi-Psycho, Prison Break might be out of this. Semi-Psycho makes another astute recovery, bouncing, flipping over, but still going upright, not even totally flipping over. Copperhead's got a winner right there, and that's going to move them into the main event. Mustang Boss, final car of the round. And I don't even know what that was. Looks like Mustang Boss tried to get Creature off the track, couldn't quite do it, so maybe it is possible with that splitter, and then sort of loses control a little bit and goes up on the ramp. So Prison Break gets eliminated, and we've got our 3 final teams, Soylent Green, Copperheads, Hired Muscle. They are moving on to the main event. Some exciting new talent here, and of course, one classic one. These 3 teams will join the rest of these teams for the big match, the main event. Let me know who you think has a shot at the title out of all these teams. Returning champions, Massive Transit. Also, Jetstreak and Alabaster Aces will be joining the fray. Oh, and there's been a development over by the cars, and it looks like Cookie has found a new friend.
You got some new boys here.
Wait a minute, is that a Klingon? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. The next 2 episodes of Junkyard Joust will be the custom tournament finals. You do not want to miss that. And then the main event will begin. I'm going to be doing a poll or 2 about various Junkyard Joust rules here on YouTube very soon, so keep an eye out for those and make sure your voice is heard. If you want to support this show, become a proud supporter of Junkyard Joust over at our Patreon. That's how I keep the episodes coming. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.